Nonz, the second Stangelica project. Now this is, part two of the three, Stangelica series that I love, on my channel and I love on YouTube because Stangelica is my favorite character. And the most important thing about Funimation, when I was still yelling in my room, back when it wasn't, 200% confirmed, but back when it was 100% confirmed because of momentum. And Uncle Sonny had the saying, 100% white, 100% black, and 200% man. I am 200% manly like Andre and Fistler and North Star. So during the course of my 28, well, I didn't want people to ruin it, I started watching the news. So watching the news at 28, honestly made it, the most lit year of my life. But the most important part about this is this literature, which means this is lit and archer. So this Stangelica, project, revolves around, literally, not the A&B I just posted, but it's revolving around, the past, anime and music video that I did make in the past. And this is still, a continuation of the first one, and she still takes over the world, not surprisingly. So what this is this is the second Stangelica, implying something that Stangelica is the fucking shit and that she's gonna take over the world. So this is Stangelica, literally, the second one. The Mockingbird project. Now the first one was the Superman project, which he tries to take over the world and make a Superman Gundam. This one is the Axel 2 of 3, when Stangelica has an even better plan, which he tries to take over, the colony. So, I got, a hint that, there might be, as Stangelica, a Curse of the Elephant statue 2 with Melitangelica. And that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing, overall, because I'm in, a phase where I'm starting, in my videos due to not getting paid. So let me, make this clear for my channel. I left off in a private studio like Tyler Perry in case you're gonna leave me on the streets. So, I know how to make my own beat. I know how to make my own instrumental. But I can only see 300. I got hacked by a meme account saying that if I did, actually see subs, that there would be some government regulation and possibly them calling out something previous that has been gaslighted. In other words, I get real paperwork, get real money, and other shit that they've already reported. But how? How could that be? Literally, when I have, hit characters like Beta. And I'm like, based off the content out there, how I have concept, based on the concept that I have out there, there's no reason for you, to backtrack whatsoever. It's like it's a new company, new paperwork has to be installed. So if that's the case, then there shouldn't have been, a confirmation that there was a studio at all. And the most important part, I repeat, the most important part of Curse of the Elephant statue is recognizing that Neferpito is a girl that grabbed that fan made, and so is Jacinia. So both of them contribute to a main storyline, and this is the new Lion King, okay? And that requires, actual physical movement with in-body and in-person interaction. So what you don't understand is that I was an actual freaking model and that I traveled in order to get this shit done. Literally, I want to make my own anime, literally work with the voice actor Christopher Sabat. And then I was so excited to meet a standard, literally. And then in the studio, literally, Uncle Tommy admitted that he was still talking to his imaginary friend. So the moral of this one, literally, is to let you know that Stangelica is, a part of the original formula. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring back the original Deviant art formula with Skittles, and recently I've been watching Naruto on Pluto TV, and every single episode represents what I've done lately when I just got from outside. And it's really treacherous because what they do is they're copying my physical movement but not giving me any credit like a signature. And what ends up happening is I end up, coming to the conclusion that it's past due. After all, Snoop Dogg is almost 70, Snoop Dogg is over 70, E40 is already 60, literally. And I hid behind both of those people before I was on TV. So if you don't know, I don't draw in the past anymore, but what they do is they promote the original game. Like, Composure with me, James, and Carmina. They've been supporting it with no signature, and you know what they get mad at, when I make, Omar videos where it says, let's come to you, when they're falling because of their original game, because they can't match their original game's charisma. But I'm like, how come me or Carmina can't be in the club? It's just the original style, continuing with material. Anyway, this is the Mockingbird project. This is when in the beginning she's already ruling something and that she's taken over, and this is like her killing reindeer basically. Everybody tries to fight, and then Beta, this is based off Toy Story, not this Toy Story but the Mockingbird song from Eminem, the Mockingbird project that I have on my channel, and her literally being a mockingbird, etc. So Stangelica literally steals something that's equivalent to an emerald from Emerald Safari. If you don't know what the emerald role is inside, it's Knuckles, the Echidna is literally the protector of the emeralds, and so is his people, and his is based off the Namekians in Dragon Ball. And the thing I like about the first Stangelica is that it involved everybody, including Alberto, literally. And what I mean by that is literally his gang, in my comic book, where it comes to that level, is Lunatics Unleashed, which is already based off of Japanese anime. See, the whole point of Lunatics Unleashed was, anime was the hottest thing on the street. So what I did was, as I became older, as I joined and dropped the Gorilla Gang, the Gorilla is known for being, somewhat of a crip in school, a crip who dropped out, who was being chased by Bloods. And the thing about a gorilla, literally, is that represents, the band gorillas, which is close to Linkin Park. And what ends up happening there, so anime was the hottest thing, literally, on the internet. So what they did, literally, with Lunatics Unleashed, was they promoted it in the form of Japanese anime, just like Teen Titans, and they said they want to see more, anime like Teen Titans. And there's a big problem with the second one, literally, because the third one is gonna star Zap, when they're a couple. And the second one, what she does is she takes over the whole world, and then Bella tries to save her because that's, his sister at the end of the day. Whether it's blood or writing, it's undecided. So I still have the skills outside of getting paid, and it's really, really, really monotonous, because literally, it's as famous as Digi Beyblade. Say Digi Beyblade on the street, literally, just by itself, literally, it's the ultimate, literally, what I did. That means there was a filter for 10 years where it was just this, and that, but he mastered everything of the old filter, and it pissed me off. As soon as I got to the hood, they used Uncle Tyler's voice, literally, so what I did was, literally, I applied the old ways, literally, if it was a gang member meeting, literally, if we're doing everything at the same time, that means I would be fluid. But I love everybody. I love my family, including Auntie Lisa, including Saint Mona Lisa, and I don't know if Stangelica actually uses her or fuses her for this project, and it really pisses me off. But my family is literally the best shit ever. And it took me forever to, appreciate family, until full disability came along. Because that's just the part of, maturing, that's why family isn't perfect, just like everybody else. So will I make Big Al Part 3? Yes, I'm making Big Al Part 3. It's called Big Al the Finale on my channel. It's upcoming, and that's when I admit, to schizophrenia. Will be Big Al, because they hype me up that you can be the voice of schizophrenia when literally there shouldn't be an extension, literally, and you will get fucked up by Stangelica. So anyway, this is Stangelica, the second project, To Kill a Mockingbird.